So namaskar all of you. OS 2023 the mains optional test series Political Science and International Relation first test जोटा आमर आज 4 जनवरी रे शेड्यूल थिला तो तार डिटेल्ड क्वेश्चंस करिका मु डिस्कस करिवि तो सिलेबस आमर पॉलिटिकल साइंस रो पेपर 1 रो प्रथम चारटा मॉड्यूल थिला ओके सो लेट अस गो टू द क्वेश्चंस सेक्शन ने 12टा क्वेश्चन देछि 10टा करियर अछि 15 मार्क ईच क्वेश्चन 250 वर्ड्स भीतर अपन लिखिबे How does the normative approach to political theory reconcile the tension between moral ideals and practical governance? Question 2. Evaluate the role of empirical methodology in bridging the gap between political theory and policy making. Question 3. To what extent does historical approach shape the evolution of normative frameworks in political theory? Question 4. Compare the relevance of empirical and normative approaches in analyzing contemporary populist movements. Question 5. Karl Marx argued that the philosophers have only interpreted the world in various ways. The point, however, is to change it. How does this perspective challenge the conventional approaches to the study of political theory? Question 6. What are the limitations of liberal theory of state in addressing socio-economic inequalities in post-colonial societies? How does Marxist theory of state conceptualize the relation between economic base and political superstructure? Question 8. Analyze the post-colonial critique of liberal states' universalism with reference to cultural relativism. Question 9. Antonio Gramsci wrote, "The state is the entire complex of practical and theoretical activities with which the ruling class justifies and maintains its dominance." How does this view enrich Marxist theory of state? Question 10. In what ways do post-colonial theories of state challenge the empirical approach in political theory? Question 11. John Rawls stated, "Justice is the first virtue of social institutions, as truth is of system of thought." How does this normative perspective influence liberal theories of the state? Question 12. Max Weber defined the state as a human community that successfully claims the monopoly of the legitimate use of physical force within a given territory. How does this empirical definition align or conflict with normative theories of state? Eta section A gala, tapare section B. Question 13. How does the pluralistic theory of sovereignty challenge the monistic view in the context of transnational institutions like United Nations? Critically assess whether globalization undermines the foundational premise of monistic sovereignty. In what ways do pluralistic theories of sovereignty accommodate cultural diversity, and how it is accommodation and how is this accommodation threatened by the forces of economic globalization? Provide examples to support your argument. Question 15. Does globalization necessitate a redefinition of state sovereignty in light of supranational governance? Critically examine this in relation to both monistic and pluralistic frameworks. Question 16. Jean Bodin argued, "Sovereignty is the absolute and perpetual power of a commonwealth." How does this statement align with the monistic theory? And how would a pluralist critique it in the context of globalization? Question 17. How do classical democratic theories emphasizing direct participation reconcile with contemporary challenges posed by large-scale representative democracies? Examine this tension with reference to voter apathy and digital governance. Question 18. To what extent does contemporary democratic theory address systemic inequalities that classical democratic theories overlooked? Analyze this with reference to both institutional and grassroots democratic innovations. तो 18टा क्वेश्चन 3 आवर्स फर्स्ट चारिटा पेपर 1 रो फर्स्ट चारटा सब मॉड्यूल्स सेटा हमर सिलेबस थिला टेस्ट 1 पई सो आई विश यू ऑल द बेस्ट जो मैंने पॉलिटिकल साइंस एंड इंटरनेशनल रिलेशंस नहीं कि आपणकर प्रिपरेशन कर सिविल सर्विसेज। नमस्कार।